The Pearl of the Indian Ocean is an island of striking natural beauty with a documented history of over 3,000 years from the time of the ancient Silk Road to World War II. Sri Lanka is specially known for its Buddhist heritage, and it was on the island that the first known writings of Buddha were composed. But the archaeology of human occupation on the island goes back many thousands of years to early Homo sapiens. Proximity to the Indian subcontinent has facilitated close cultural interaction between Sri Lanka and India from ancient times. At a crossroads of maritime routes traversing the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka has also been exposed to cultural influences from other Asian civilizations. Ancient Greek geographers called it Taprobane. Arabs referred to it as Sarandab. Later European map makers called it Ceylon, a name still used occasionally for trade purposes. It officially became Sri Lanka in 1972. The distinctive civilization of Sri Lanka, with roots that can be traced back to the 6th century BCE, is characterized by two factors: the preservation of Theravada Buddhism and the development over 2 millennia of a sophisticated system of irrigation in the drier parts of the country. This civilization was further enriched by the influences of Hinduism and Islam. In 1948, after nearly 150 years of British rule, Sri Lanka became an independent country, and it was admitted to the United Nations 7 years later. The country is a member of the Commonwealth and the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Colombo, which emerged as the main urban centre during British rule, remains the executive and judicial capital of Sri Lanka. Sri Jayawardena Tirukot, a Colombo suburb, is the legislative capital. For administrative purposes, the country has been divided into 9 provinces and subdivided into 25 districts. Sri Lanka is densely populated. The majority of its people are poor, live in rural areas, and depend on agriculture for their livelihood. The physical environment of wide-ranging diversity makes Sri Lanka one of the world's most scenic countries. As the home of several ethnic groups, each with its own cultural heritage, Sri Lanka also has a highly varied cultural landscape. According to Buddhist teachings, the sacred city of Nuradakpur was founded in the 4th century BC around the Tree of Enlightenment, grown from a cutting of the Buddha's fig tree. For some 1,300 years Nuradakpur was the political and religious capital of the Sinhalese civilization. At 12 meters high with a delicately carved closely worn robe, this statue of Buddha is generally accepted to be one of Sri Lanka's finest. The statue is not far from the village of Avukana, from which it takes its name. It was carved out of a large granite outcrop in the 5th century. It is not entirely freestanding. There is a strip of rock at the back that joins the statue to the original parent rock. The statue stands on a lotus-shaped pedestal, and was once part of a shrine built of brick and stone, remains of which can still be seen today. The picturesque modern city that was the last capital of the ancient kings of Sri Lanka. As the capital Kandy is home to the Temple of the Tooth Relic, which houses the relic of the tooth of Buddha. Since ancient times, it was believed that whoever has the relic also holds political power. The ancient site of Polonnaruwa was a capital city for different civilizations between the 8th to the 12th century. Sigiriya is one of Sri Lanka's most popular tourist attractions, and with good reason. This ruined 5th century city has some extraordinary features, including moat and wall fortifications, elaborately landscaped gardens, and a monastery. But it is the 200-meter-high granite rock that stands out from these ruins that is undoubtedly the star attraction, with its exquisite frescoes and the remains of a royal palace on the summit. There is archaeological evidence of religious communities living in the area dating back to at least the 3rd century BC. The ancient city of Sigiriya is a few centuries younger, having been built for King Cassiopeia, the son of the previous king, by a non-royal consort. Thanks for watching, and be sure to smash the like button, subscribe and click the notification bell for more amazing content.